This first picture that you see is our hotel or where we stayed when we were in Kamphaeng Phet. We each got to stay in one of these little rooms. Lauren and I's room was the one with the yellow roof. It was really cool because it was along the river and it's not like a normal hotel that you would think of. And this is where we spent the next week. It's where we stayed. We got to unpack our stuff. We were along the river. It was absolutely beautiful. There was we ate breakfast here in the mornings, and it was just really nice to be able to kind of relax and have such a peaceful place to stay. Here is what our inside of our hotel room looked like, and as you see, there's the little swans, and they were made every day. They'd come in and make your bed, and you could go out on the balcony and just watch the river go by, and it was just a really peaceful experience, and it was a lot of fun to be able to enjoy that. This picture is a picture kind of explaining what I talked about in that journal entry at the beginning of the page. These are the students that I played the factor game with. So I just had a small group of students, and here they are playing, and as I explained in the journal entry, this was my first kind of experience into the culture, into the schools, and very caught off guard by the, obsessiveness with pictures, but it, again, was really cool to be able to teach them something and feel like I was giving back to them. One reflection that I made while I was working with them was that you have to be really careful of how you teach them. I, in math, take for granted the fact that I know math and I understand it. And I take for granted sometimes with my own students here back in the United States that they understand what I'm trying to say. And I have to take a step back and realize not all of them do understand what I'm saying. And it made me realize that working with the students in Thailand, because they really don't know what I am saying and they really don't understand. So again, it makes you kind of take a step back and reflect, like, how am I teaching? How am I making sure everybody is understanding? Because even though they're understanding my English that's being said, doesn't mean that they're understanding the math that's being said. Here's a wonderful picture of example of one of our meals one night. This was the first time that we had fish here, and again, once again, something that caught me off guard because you don't normally see something like this in the United States. It was actually really good, and fried fish ended up becoming one of my favorite foods the entire time that we were here. This is Jen. This is my first Thai student that was paired up with me. This is the picture that we took when we first met each other, as explained in the journal entry. And you will hear me talk more about her later. The following are some pictures from when we went to the hot springs in Kamphaeng Phet. This is the hot spring kind of tub that we rented out. You filled it up with water from the hot springs, got in, then cooled yourself off, and it was a cleansing experience, and it was quite an experience. We also got to ride some paddle boats, as you can see, and it was just a really kind of fun, relaxing experience, and also cool to partake in some of their culture. These next couple pictures take place at the exhibition and the opening ceremonies and the math camp competitions that we attended one day or for 2 days. Here is like the archway to the opening ceremony, and it's when you walk through, that's what you see to kind of start the festivities. And here is what the opening ceremony looks like. They had dancers and performers, and it was really cool because we had already met the president, and so when we had showed up there and he invited us there, he gave us front row seats, and we got these cute little bags with the snacks in them, and Dr. Yupati got an award, and it was really cool to kind of experience that and see how they celebrate their 40th anniversary. This next picture is a picture of what the wall would have looked like for 180 IQ, which is a math competition that they do, and let me tell you, it is absolutely insane what they're able to do. It's kind of like the game 24, but it's extreme, and they can do all this crazy math in like 3 seconds, and they were just high school kids, and it was really, really cool to see. We also saw a math, which is kind of like Scrabble, and that was another competition. This next picture, or pictures to come, are some pictures of what the exhibition looked like. This is just the math majors tent, and you could go and you could do some activities that they had put together. This next one was another major, and they had activities that you could do, and it's kind of a showcase of each major, and students can come and see kind of what they want to major in, which is kind of cool and exciting. And this is one of my favorite pictures. These are the 4 main people, Thai students that I was paired up with and got to follow around. They followed me around, and they are the sweetest, nicest people. The hospitality of Thai students, or just the Thai people, is incredible, and I'll talk more about that later. This picture takes place at the professional development opportunity that we gave. Dr. Matney put on a professional development using pattern blocks for teachers, and we assisted, and it was really cool. We got to work with some students and some Thai teachers from all over, and it was kind of cool to feel important. We all got these shirts and all matched, and it was a great professional development opportunity. This last picture is one night we all went out together, and we each got to experience how the Thai travel. So here we are on the back of one of their mopeds, and it was just really cool to, again, experience their culture in a